Hello and good evening to all of my lovely listeners, lurkers, and watchers. I hope you are having a fantastic Wednesday night. I know I am because I'm here spending it with you. I hope you are well. I hope you are taking time to take care of yourself, as it is oh so important to do so. Happy Wednesday, my dear dust bunnies. Are you succumbing to the brain worms? How dare you? That's my snack. Give it back. Happy Wednesday, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Hi. There's already a few hi hellos, and I'm sorry we are slightly behind schedule today, so I probably should. I probably should get on with the show, but I figured we'd linger for a second. Take things slow. It's okay for things to be slow sometimes. Save that energy for when there's a real emergency. But welcome in, my dear dust bunnies. I hope you are having a good week so far. Insert Kirby. Hi. Hi. We need more Kirby redeems. Maybe that's the little gremlin model that I should have made at some point. Is just a little Kirby. I've got one hanging off of my microphone as we speak, and he's so at peace. He's so sleepy. He's just dreaming his life away. Kirby can do that though, because he's special. He lives on Planet Popstar. Planet Popstar doesn't have capitalism, so he can do that. Happy Wednesday, everybody. You remember all those very marshmallow feelings that we've had recently? That may have been replaced with mania. May have. Oh, god damn it. I forgot to set something up. And I have to go get a cord for that. I have to go get a cord for this. No. Okay, going slow is different than having scuff. We can take things easy on the ASMR streams, but I wish I would just remember to set everything up properly. It's fine. One day I'll have a setup to where I don't have to do things like this. Things will just be. And I am manifesting that day, for I know that it is a possibility. Okay, now I have to go get a cord, so I'll be right back, everybody. I'm so sorry. I didn't need to do that. That was the wrong button. Oh, hey, you get the timer for a second time. There you go. Lo and behold, I did not just forget my cord. I also forgot my entire prop table that I'm supposed to have for this, and I'm so upset at myself. It's only been like 2 weeks, technically. It's only been like 2 weeks. I'm so out of practice. Oh no. I forgot my rings too, even though this is one of my favorite little sounds to make for all of you. Okay. Sorry, apparently I have to do inventory because I'm a fool. And I have part of my dinner still left. Oh no. Disaster girl days, that's what it is. It's fine. But welcome in, my dust bunnies. I hope you're having an easier time. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Happy Wednesday. There we go. Okay. Okay, we're good. I forgot one other thing, but we can set it up once we're on screen. Hi, everyone. Happy Wednesday, specifically. Hi, hello, TFM. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely Wednesday night. Hi, hello, Cruisenick, my darling. I know you're having... We're all kind of having a rough one, let's be honest with ourselves, but we're doing as best we can, right? Oh, wait. Sorry, I was just jamming. Let me... And I forgot my backtrack. I have a backtrack set up, and I didn't... I'm so sorry, can you forgive me? Can you forgive me for being woefully, woefully, woefully unprepared? I don't know if I would forgive me, but you're all so much kinder. You're all so much kinder to me than I am to myself. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot to. Also, welcome in. Good evening, Overused. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely Wednesday night. On the scuffed ass stream, god damn it. Ooh. Haunted house? Haunted house or abandoned hospital ward? I'm kind of feeling the haunted house tonight. I need some more sea monster stories so we can listen to the Lovecraft inspired one that I've got too. They're all just ambient tracks. Nicholas, hi, hello, welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely Wednesday night. It's spooky story day. And I was apparently very underprepared. That's pretty good. That's pretty spooky. I like that. I can't usually find a lot of especially spooky background ambient tracks that I think like really nail it. I like this one a lot though. Haunted house ambient sounds. Oh wait. That means we can be all like echo and reverby too. Yay! We can be all echoey and reverby, which just makes everything sound very pretty and spooky on its own. You're welcome in, Dust Bunnies. Hi. Okay, I think we're good. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Today I did in fact fail on something that was making sure that I was prepared for the show, but I do hope that everybody is having a lovely, lovely, lovely week so far. It's been a little bit rough. It's been a little bit rough the past few days, I'm not gonna lie. I think, and I can be very happy about this, I think that I am coming out of the chemical-induced depressive episode that I may have been in over the past couple of weeks. And for one, I must say thank you to all of my dust bunnies for being so kind and so courteous and so gentle, so considerate. I have to thank you all for that because it was definitely something that did help me get through it. A little bit of brutal honesty, if you'll let me. I have gotten much better with dealing with my episodes when they pop up. Especially the depressive ones, because I have so many things to live for. One of them is streaming. I really like doing it. And obviously, it's, Don't you dare. Don't you dare. You won't get blessed with any of the alerts if you do. There's no alert sounds tonight. You can't do it tonight. You gotta save it for Friday. You gotta save it for Friday. Welcome in, Emergency. I hope you're having a lovely night. Oh. Oh, I love the little science bunny. Oh, she's so cute. Baby. Baby. The depressive episodes that I do have are pretty intense, though. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm extra proud of myself for getting better at dealing with them, you know. That's an extra thing to be extra happy about. But they are quite intense. They are quite intense. So sometimes, it's a lot. It's a lot. But everybody being so lovely on stream definitely helped out an immense amount. Oh, Flo, thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're having a lovely night. Welcome in. Welcome in. I gotta donate to a raffle for an animal shelter. Oh, fuck yeah, do it. Do it. I do really like the raffles where they give you prizes to incentivize donating. I don't know. I think it's like, I don't think people should have to be incentivized to donate to charities. However, the existence of charities in a society does show a failure on that society's part, you know? And so to kind of just put extra goodwill out there, you know, hey, you take some time to donate your money or your time for a good cause and we'll give you a little thing. That's always fun. That's always fun. I think it's lovely. Psychologically manipulating people for the sake of gambling. I have no audio right now, but I just want to say thank you, Dr. Porkchop. We have captions, so as long as I actually say things correctly, we're good. Yeah, it did it. It did it. Oh, I'm doing it for the most sick reason. If I win, I'm giving it back. the charity quote unquote money laundering. Oh, dude, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Disgusting. I love it. I love it. It's a plan most foul. Excellent. That's gonna give you some like crazy endorphins too. Oh my god, that's gotta give you crazy endorphins. It's all for selfish reasons. We only ever do things for ourselves. Even the kindnesses. Oh my god. That's a shark blowing a heart-shaped bubble. Do you see that? That's a shark blowing a little heart-shaped bubble. It's so cute. Oh no. I mean, it would only make sense that, like, now that I've gotten all the crying out of my system, the only thing that would make me cry would be something that is just the epitome of baby. God, I hate biology. I hate how often it actually comes up and is a problem, don't you? It's terrible. Sorry, I got a lot of yaps to get out, and I think I'm just going to. I think I'm just going to. I do have to test something real quick, because I don't know if this worked. 1 second. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. All of our sound alerts are muted. I was so scared. I was so scared. We've only had it happen once or twice, but I did forget to mute sound alerts, and you know, someone just very happily popped in, and in comparison to everything else that was happening, it was quite jarring. It was quite jarring. I think we all recovered super well, but it was incredibly jarring. Sorry, I'm looking at the emotes that I got. I don't have. I guess I shouldn't say that I don't have as many as I would like, but it's technically true. Thank you for the stream streak, TFM. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it is. Not right now. Not right now, but thank you. Thank you. Give it another couple of rotations until it comes back to me. I do think that the stream streaks is really cute. I wish there was more stuff to set up for the actual alerts for it to pop up on stream. I think it would be cute. But Twitch never gives me the things that I want. Oh, are we the only two people in the rotation? I didn't know if I didn't take the hit that it would just be gone. God damn, dude. I don't know. I think that's some poor etiquette. I think that's some poor etiquette if I'm like, I need a minute, brother. And you just like smoke the whole thing. That's fucked up. That's fucked up, actually. Not a part of the dream rotation. Officially out. On the topic of really goofy alerts that I would like, we talked about it the other day. We talked about it the other day, but every now and again, on the occasion, somebody comes in who's gonna be a problem. And predominantly more than anything else, because I feel like I'm pretty good at dealing with people who make me uncomfortable. More than anything, I don't want the dust bunnies to be made uncomfortable because somebody is actually being weird in chat and not just like tee hee ha ha weird, you know? I'm okay with tee hee ha ha weird, but some people are not that. They're just not that. I don't like it. So, I would love some kind of system that we could set up to very quickly run polls on users that if somebody has like just come in, they're being kind of weird, we can like hit a button and it'll be like a death game where chat can vote, and either once a very specific amount of time has passed or a certain amount of votes have been tallied, that decides whether the person gets banned. I want to do something like this because I think it would be really fun and it would take away a lot of the power that people who intentionally come into chats to make people uncomfortable would have, you know? I think something like that would be really, really cool. I don't know how to do that though, because I'm not a coder. I'm sure there's like some way to set up an extension, because it would basically just be start poll, insert name of user, and then like yes or no. And so it's a consistent thing with only like one set variable there, you know? And then you just have like the graphics, which is oh, we got so many coders in chat. I trust all of you to do fantastic things. Then the starting of that poll under that parameter would activate an on-screen effect where the user's dust bunnies is picked up and like held in front of everybody. And it's like, this is who you're voting. Do they get to live or die? Do they get to live or die? You know, I think that'd be cute. And then if they die, we toss them into like a... Your dust bunnies, you're incredibly flammable. We'd have to toss them into a furnace. Could we do that? Oh, and it would not be command-based. Only I have the power over that. I would never trust all of you with that. We also have one type of banning that we do. It's permanent ban. We don't do timeouts. Permaban. It's death. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be really fun. Sassy the Sasquatch would have to be part of the stream routine. Is that an actual character? Or do you just mean Bigfoot? Oh, no, that's an actual character. Okay. Huh. Looks like a bro. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I need to get 500% volumes. I can't do that. I can't do that. Sound alert won't let me do that. No, you got blocked. No, Nicholas, I'm so sorry you got blocked. You said Sassy the Sasquatch, TFM. I didn't know who that was. I don't know Sassy. So group bully. No, no. Frontier Justice. You don't know Sassy T? No, I don't. She comes into stream one night and then the other cute chat, everyone banned each other. I'd be so sad. I'd be so sad. Good morning, Vietnam. Good morning, Phantasm. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely day. Didn't even mean to hyperlink. I know, right? I hate when that happens. I hate when that happens. But yeah, something like that would be very, 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 very fun. I just have no idea how to do it. Gotta check them out. They're great. I might, if I remember. I keep forgetting things that I want to watch right now, and it's making me upset because there's a particular movie that I want to watch with Cruise Nick. Is it Hail Mary? That's the one with Ryan Gosling. I really want to watch that with him right now because it looks really cute. It just looks so cute. And I keep forgetting because I keep forgetting what the name of the movie is, and I don't know why. I don't know why. It's quite catchy, it's quite clever. And why watch this? Well, I kind of have like 17 of those. Okay, look. Okay, look. Okay, look. Lists are great if they are all cohesive and comprehensive. But the fundamental problem of anything executive dysfunction orientated is that you're not really good at making comprehensive and cohesive lists. Keeping track of things in a comprehensive and cohesive way is very difficult. Exactly. It would absolutely be Danganronpa coded. Whenever the dust bunny gets like killed, they just like explode into neon pink blood, which would that aesthetically that would look very cool. Sorry. We're yakking today. It's a yakking day. That's all it is. Why'd I even pull up stories? Why'd I even pull up stories? It's a yakking kind of day. Who are we getting? Where's the menu? Is this the right one? Is this the right one? Hold on. I have a couple of these for some reason. I haven't gotten rid of all of them yet. Okay. This is the right one. Oh, well that's fine. That can just cover up there and you guys can hopefully see that. Not if you're on phone, though. You can't see anything on phone. It is not the appropriate way to appreciate my stream. That's funny, was an imposter. Oh my god. I did think of something like that I think would be really cute. So Krusnik and I have finished watching Nocia over the course of, I think, like a week and a half, because we both ended up really liking it. And aforementioned sadness made me be a couch potato. It was very, very good. It was very, very good. But effectively, it's an adaptation of a visual novel that you play werewolf in multiple loops and multiple time loops. I think it was done super, super well. It was great. Just randomized. No. Maybe. I think it would randomize it at the start of the prompt, you know? So as the votes roll in, they just get progressively closer and closer to the death trap, you know what I mean? And then if the vote comes out that they get to live, then that everything just like fades away and goes back to normal. But if they do get chosen for death, then it just and sets off the Ruth Goldberg machine of trap chain reactions, you know what I mean? There's a lot of really fucked up stuff that we can do, because there's a lot of really fucked up stuff that Danganronpa does. And if we're already like starting from there, I think we can come up with some very disturbed things. And thus I was executed. Fed back to the dust bunnies. It would be funny. I think it would be funny. And again, I think like the coolest part of it is that we take away the power from people who are just here to make things uncomfortable, you know? I don't even want it to be a thing that people think of doing anymore, because we just get to make a fucking spectacle out of you. You know? I think that'd be fun. I think that would be fun. Where is... I have to check something. Okay, we're good. I'm worried that everything's broken. I mentioned that I felt like I was coming out of the depressive episode that I've been in for a couple of weeks. That does unfortunately mean just on the horizon, like a budding sunrise, mania, and it might already be upon me. If I seem stressed out, that's why. I don't know if I'm ready to be manic again. I'm really tired. I'm really, really tired. I don't wanna. And I think within the week I'm gonna be in a lot of pain, and I also really don't want to be that, you know? Oh, aw. One of my favorite cards is on the bottom of my tarot deck. It's sad. It's the Five of Cups, which is one that represents, like, a close personal death. Where's the continuation? I said I've been depressed. I've been very depressed. I have been sleeping too much. I have not been taking enough care of myself. I have been eating poorly. I haven't been going outside. I have been sad. That is one thing that is on the very, very, very top of the list, though, to get back, because I want to hop into Da Vinci again. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Don't forget to stay hydrated as well, Dust Bunnies. Don't forget to stay hydrated as well. We're trying. We're trying. It was, thank you, darling. Thank you. Krusnik is checking in on me with all of the good postures. Oh, there we go. User got chosen for Judgment Day. You may now cast your votes for heaven or hell. That really does sound like, that sounds like an announcement that would be in a death game. Oh, I want it so bad. It'd be so fun. No shrimping. No shrimping. I promise I'm not. I'm not trying to, at least. I just keep looking at stuff that's, like, really far below me, like my bowl of cereal. I really want to eat my bowl of cereal. I made it like 30 minutes ago. Okay, hold on. Hold on. It's not. We're not taking the piss. I need to eat because it's good for my health. Either way, what are those 3 a.m. self-conscious torture? That's our ambience. That's our spooky ambience. I disagree. The Cheerios hold up pretty well. I don't know what does it. There's still some crunch. There's still some crunch. It's not bad. If our background ambience is a little bit too loud, do let me know. It is just supposed to be like gently tickling the snail that lives inside your ear. Original? Oh no, strawberry protein Cheerios. They're really, really good. This is one of my favorite things that I've incorporated into my life that I specifically did because of sick girl planning, if that makes sense. There's a lot of little adjustments that I'm very forgetful about sometimes, but they're really important, like making sure that I'm eating stuff that is just good for me. Background, so I personally enjoy it. Yes! Perfection! This one is... I don't know if I can recommend this channel now, because they use AI generated stuff in their current videos, but this is from... This is one of their much older ones. It is Mystical Soundscapes. Ghosts watch you from the darkness. Haunted house ambience. Good stuff. Their old stuff is good. I wish they would stop using AI thumbnails. Or AI anything. Okay, I feel better. I feel quite a bit better. I had an energy drink somewhere and I don't know where I put it. Oh man. I know I didn't finish it. Oh man. She's wandering around here somewhere, lost and afraid. It's a good vibe, isn't it? I always tell people that I like more of these. It keeps me aware. There's something that's more honest about it. When something itself is just trying to make you afraid, it's in your face. And you're aware of it, and you're staying aware of it. You're staying locked in, because at a moment notice, if you let your attention falter, it could get you. It's so fun. It's so fun. That's why I like horror ASMR. As sweet as it is, that people have told me that they've fallen asleep to it, I like the idea of somebody listening to this to, like, have in the background to work to. It'll always pull you back into whatever it is you're doing. Oops. The menu is covering up the... Sorry about that. The menu is covering up your messages. There we go. I have 4 Ultra Strawberry I didn't buy. These are yours. Did they just, like, show up? Man, the fucking delivery drone for the station got confused again. That's why I don't like AI. It's because it sends that thing on weird trips. He knows ball. Oh, of course he does. Of course he does. I was thinking about this the other day. And it makes me so happy that it's an integrated part of our community. There is no possible, like, boundary-breaking parasociality that can take place. 1, because of how honest I am that I have a partner. But for 2, if anybody ever got that way, I think the Dust Bunnies would get more upset for Kruznik specifically. Like, we don't want anything to happen. He's all of our pookie wookies. And if somebody comes in here trying to, like, be weird about it, like, no, you guys are gonna descend on them like a rabid band of piranhas. No, they're mine. They're mine. I need them. Pretty goddamn confused. Well, I mean, if you already have the drinks, you have my permission to drink them. I don't know if there's a way to redirect something to nowhere. I have no idea. He is everybody's pookie wookie. He's a sweetheart. He helps take care of me, which is something that, you know, everybody in chat is a fan of. Knowing that there's somebody who is desperately trying to keep me alive, you know. So as long as he's around, everything is okay. Also, he's based as fuck. Everybody loves Kruznik's opinions on stuff whenever he shares them. Not the graphic redesign blender, yep. Yep, and gonna get tossed like a salad. Chopped, also like a salad. I'm really funny, and that's what's making me think that I'm fucking starts of a manic episode. If I have an if I have insomnia tonight, do not pay attention to how long I play visual novels, okay? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Thank you. Thank you. I know everybody would be kind about it. I know you would. You'll pick on me lightly and then I'll start crying and you'll be like, oh god, I've made a mistake. Okay, wait, I'm gonna check something real quick because I was calling to... I think something needs to update. I was trying to get a good idea of what the actual full payout that we'll be able to get from Twitch this month because of everybody's incredible generosity. I have it in like 2 separate spots though. Hold on. Okay. We do have the total amount to get the 2D model that I want to get. We do have that. I'm very, very happy about that. And I think we have a little bit extra. So I'm going to use a little bit of that extra to tip the artist as well. I was trying to see if there was like one other thing that we could get. If not, not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. I was trying to see. They are. I also have a list of visual novels. There's a lot of the, like, deliberately horror ones, like, Freak Circus is one of them, but I want to make sure that that comes out in its entirety, because there's a lot of really interesting stuff to it. I think it's just a demo right now. The vast majority of Yandere horror ASMR visual novels on itch are demos, and half of them actually have been abandoned for one reason or another. No hate or anything, I'm just like, oh, fuck. I like conclusions to my stories. Because usually for, like, especially the very character-driven ones, like, okay, Freak Circus has me especially intrigued, because you've got like 6 different obsessive character types in that game. I want the ability to fully explore their routes and learn a bunch of stuff about them. I want to be able to be obsessive over the obsessive characters. I like, ugh. I don't want to like get into it and then hit a wall where I just don't know what happens for like 6 months. It stresses me out, and I understand. I get it. Making games is hard. Making games is very hard, and I understand that there's a variety of things that might happen to people that might make them lose passion with the project. They might just have to move on. They might not even be happy about it. I get it. My fucking obsessive compulsion sucks though. If I like something, I want to consume every part of it until it's gone, and if you give me only part of the meal, I might go crazy. I might just go crazy. Especially if it's like stuff that I really, really like. I did really like, what was it? There was a little one that I played. There was some kind of like shadow creature that lived under the bed. And that one was just a demo, but it had a bunch of really fucked up meta shit going on too, and I was, ugh, I need it. Dude, I'm already fucked up that I can't play Touch Starved with everybody yet. I'm fucked up about it. It's the only visual novel that I let myself be obsessive over the demo, and then I've just been seething, frothing at the mouth, waiting for it to come out full. I want to play it so bad. It sucks. It sucks. Oh man, yeah, like the first visual novels that show up on itch's horror game tags in general are just, they're all demos. They're all demos. No. It's so cruel. It's so cruel. Don't look at me, Voices of the Void. I'm upset with you. I can't play it. I can't figure out how to run Voices of the Void. I'm so upset about it. Be observed. You're getting observed. I'm looking at you back with your adorable little kitty cat. I wish I had like the full image of the kitty cat because I want to see his stupid little face. Final Fantasy Fan Fest. Aww. That's cute. That's so cute. Oh my god. Okay. Kind reminder to stay hydrated. Observed. Get observed, nerd. Get observed. How do you feel about it? Is it too much or is it not enough? I can observe further. I can assure you I can observe further. Let's put that there. Let's see. Oh, I was a little too close. I was a little too close at first. Sorry, I like busted my face into yours. Are you okay? Are you okay? You look a little bit hazy. A little bit dizzy. And your eyes are glazing over. Huh, that's wild. That's wild. It'd be crazy if somebody took advantage of you in this compromised mental state and told you to take care of yourself. Built a positive reward system for doing such. They are cannon-sized. They are cannon-sized. My eyes are huge. Not the biggest. Not the biggest. There's definitely some ladies with some very pretty big brown eyes, but I got some pretty big peepers. But not a remastered sequel. I know! I know, it's absolute nonsense. I'm okay for the people that are working on it, but I'm just like, I don't. This is not the order that I wanted this in. I wanted to play the game before experiencing a film adaptation of any kind. That's also why I played Needy Streamer. Kruznik and I have only been able to make it through the first episode. It's intense. I am so proud of it. I am so proud of it. It does not pull any punches. It's so good. Ella Prowl Peeper's pretty close. Pretty close. I gotta say, I think her eyes are quite a bit bigger than mine. It's either that or her pupils are smaller than mine slightly. Because my pupils are also quite large. I always thought that that was funny. I always thought that that was funny. I had a hard time like widening my eyes enough just because just like my eyes are just so big. They're so big. But anyway. Hi. I gotta at least be here so you can see the menu, right? I gotta at least be here. But she does have incredibly beautiful eyes. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. This isn't just mercy. Do you think it's going to be? I don't know. I don't know. That reminded me of the outfit that they were going to give Ada in Village. That reminded me of that. They were going to give her a sort of like hunter inspired or Bloodborne hunter inspired outfit, and it's very, very pretty. It's very pretty. I love it. I wish there were more images of it so it would be significantly easier to construct a costume version. It's so pretty. Alright, alright. Are we ready for our first story of the evening? I think I am. I think I am. So, if you'll allow me to set the tone a little bit. There we go. For submission to the Midnight Society, I have some terrifying stories for you, my dear dust bunnies. I require the sequel. The sequel. How would that get me to play it? If it just becomes how would that make it to where I could play it? Do you think they would more easily release the first one? It becomes an old game. Oh. Okay, that makes a little more sense with the spite fire there. Okay. I felt like there was a little bit of animosity in that, but I was like, that's not targeted at me. It's just, oh, something gets a sequel. Suddenly the original is a retro game. None actually, really? I get angry when people say stuff like that. Like they're like, oh, something about what's the name of it? What's the name of it? Fuck, it's the one that we always talk about. It's the one that we always talk about. What is it? Fear and Hunger. Everyone says that you don't have to play the first game. That you should just play the second game because the first game is like dated or something. That's what I hear a lot, and it frustrates me. I thought you meant more towards like video game people that are like, oh no, now that there's a sequel, the old game is obsolete. I've heard people make that argument. That shit pisses me off. I know there would never be animosity towards me. First game has been modded to shit and backed, or you can stream it. Can't stream. Yeah, true. True. What mods would I get in Lies of P? What mods would I get in that? Everybody's already wearing like such cute outfits, and I really like the jester outfit that Pinocchio gets. So I don't really need any more than that, you know. I don't need anything else, honestly. I like the weapons. I can't think of anything that I would mod into that, but I can think of the types of mods that people would make. It's because they're old. I hate it. I hate it. It's so sad. I want to play Fear and Hunger 1, so I have an idea of the metamorphosis that it's gone through to the second game, and for the second game to be something that people are like so strongly like, they're like, this is a good game experience, you should play Fear and Hunger 2. If you have that kind of feeling about it, you should also have that feeling about the first game, because in the terms of really appreciating games, seeing where they started and where they end up are both important to that. And it just frustrates me because some gamers aren't real gamers. They're just people that are using video games to disassociate. We are not the same thing. I'm a fucking art nerd. We are not the same thing. Which is fine. Welcome in, Cold Bloodify. I hope you're having a lovely Wednesday night. I'm already whisper ranting. Games are for gaming. What do you mean I can't just sit in front of a screen and disassociate for 8 hours? What do you mean? It's dumb and I hate it. I'm sorry, I was reading your message and it was a guard that inflicts a debuff that is literally called anal bleeding. Fear and Hunger is shock value for shock value. I still want to try it. I want to have my own opinion about it. There's some stuff I will take like other people's like general opinions about, because there's other stuff that I know and be like, yeah, I'll avoid it. But I want to know, especially with that makes me very interested. If they did not handle the stuff that they did very well in the first game, what changed? Did it change? I want to know. Info binder with 3,000. My god. Just for the artist that made the cardboard. It's, oh man. I wish I had $3,000 right now. I think I'd order Taco Bell first, and then I would also, actually, wait, no. I know what I would do with $3,000, but I can't tell you because it breaks immersion. Don't worry about it. The mod you need for Twitch at least makes up for an apron. Aw, that'd be cute. Okay, maybe that would be cute. Instead of being a little clown, I'm just a maid that runs around cleaning up the town. That's why I need a Bloodborne remaster. I need like a proper maid outfit. And it okay. Sorry, last sort of little rant maybe. I don't know what people have done to feet. Oh, nothing that crazy, honestly. There's a lot of like just goth femboy stuff. I don't know if they've modded that in, but that's really the long and the short of the content that I've seen for Lies of P. It's just Pinocchio as a goth femboy a lot of the time. Nothing even like crazy explicit is happening to him or anything. There's no weird like dom play with any of the female characters. It's literally just like they were like, no, I just want to beat CP with black lipstick on. I was very surprised. I was like, I feel like there should be more here, because then in the safer work side of fan art, there's a lot of really cute ships. That I really liked, and I thought there were even just friend ships. Which is not out of the ordinary, it's just there were more friendships than romantic ships. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it's just kind of jarring. I was like, oh my god, I expected you people to be foul. It was very surprising. For Bloodborne, however, because my whole job is to go into Yarnum and clear up the sickness, I want to have a very cute, like the short, fluffy skirt, maid dress with the little puffed sleeves, and then I want to have like leg armor the full arm covering armor with like some kind of like hand coverings, but not like full armor plated gloves or anything like that. And then like full face covering helmet and one of those like pieces of neck armor. They're usually called gorgets, if I remember correctly. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what my character in Bloodborne would be. This is the only reason I have this device. Nobody opens the case for the game. I do apologize, everybody. We have our first ad break of the stream coming up here in just a moment. If you would like to avoid ads in the future, please do consider subscribing, as it does help us out a lot. And along with ad-free viewing, you also get access to custom emotes and a precious little sub badge next to your name and chat. If you're not interested in any of that, still thank you so much for the continued support and enjoy the ads. I think we will take a little break when they pop up, so I can get my head on straight for a second. Maybe eat a little bit more of my cereal, and then when we come back, we will properly read stories. I'm getting my dice. I'm going to torment you for the next 2 minutes with dice. We've got, I think we have a PS4 somewhere in the station. I use all my retro stuff significantly more often. I do think that there's a PlayStation 4 somewhere in the station, though. However, I believe my brother is still in possession of my copy of Bloodborne, which I thought he had given me, but I'm not sure. Do you guys really like the dice that much? Wait, $9.99 discounted from the original price. $19.99, save 50% off. Ends. I don't know why, but the $19.99, save 50% like that. Just that little bit broke my brain. I don't know why. It really does make it sound like a commercial, though. For $10, chat, we can get Bloodborne. Apply directly to forehead. Head on. Bum 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 bum. 2 hour, 40k fan here, so yeah, absolutely. I'm glad. I'm glad. These are my Vampire the Masquerade dice. So there are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There are 17 of them. And with that, our ad break has started, bunnies. We will be right back. See you soon. My god, just kiss already. I'm kidding. Thank you so much for that gifted emergency. I really appreciate it. Hell yeah. I also noticed that he did not have a subscription. How Nicholas got missed and like all the generosity we received lately. I was kind of like, what the fuck? What the helly, universe? What the helly? The hellscape of ads I must endure for most of my Aww. I subscribed during the stream. Wait, oh, that's what. Oh, did it just. Oh. Okay, well, that explains everything. It's paying forward the gift. Oh, what? I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to be so loud. Wait a minute. Is paying forward the gift they got? What? You can do that? What? I didn't know you could do that. What? What the hell? I didn't know that you could do that. That's so cute. I'm gonna lose my mind. That's so cute. I didn't know you could pay a gifted forward. Bro, what the hell? That's so sweet. That's so sweet. I'm gonna throw up. And here I was gonna like check something. I don't even remember what it was. I didn't know that you could do that. That's insane. That's insane. I found my energy drink, by the way. It's a coconut berry one today, but it also has sugar in it, so I'm probably going to get inflamed later. What is the oh yeah, I'm probably gonna get inflamed later. I flew up. I flew the fuck up. Every day. You can just put every day next to it. It's something that I say every day. As I either get so stressed out that I feel like I'm gonna throw up, or people are so nice to me that I feel like I'm gonna throw up, or something really, really cute happens and I feel like I'm gonna throw up. This is an everyday occurrence, I assure you. I assure you. Well, that's so sweet. I didn't know that people could pay forward stuff. That's adorable. I need to learn more about this. I have to know. Lazy, welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely night. I'm hydrating. I'm very well hydrated, I will have you know. I'm afraid that I'd ruin your life with kindness. No. No, 'tis not necessary. You all got people in your lives that are incredibly important to you. And more than anything, it makes me happy that you are all in positions to be able to support them in the ways that you do. I don't need the money. We'll figure something out. If I get my shit together and start applying for voice acting gigs again, I might, actually land some roles at some point. But the best thing that can happen to us is being in a position where no dust bunny feels like that they have to support us monetarily in any way, shape, or form, and the stuff like the subscriptions are just gifts to yourselves, basically. That's how I want it to be. But a girl can dream, can't she? She can dream. With that, I'm going to launch you into space. I'm going to initiate the Bunny Space Program. Stop that. Stop it. You are all at my disposal. How about a story? How would you like a story? I didn't have to say anything. You didn't have to say anything. Where are you? There you are. There you are. You get like 16 extras. You just had to say something, huh? Can't dodge that. I was born in the United States. If you say that my bomb didn't land, I'm still gonna get you. It only needs to be one. You didn't parry it. You didn't parry any of them, in fact. Whatever. My ass just tastes like coconut water. Blue coconut water. No, what is it called? Ocean water. That's the one at Sonic. That's what it tastes like. I miss my strawberry. I miss it so much. Maybe the powers that be will send me a crate. Maybe. I'm gonna have to make sure that the full model has like prayer hands because of how much I do this. Ultra strawberry chips, how dare you? It's mine. That was supposed to be delivered to my house. That's fucked up. Okay. How fucked up do we want to get on the stories though? Because I do kind of have something fun for a couple of these. We have a short list of ones that are picked out, and I have a couple of others that I can. Or no, sorry, I have a few that are queued up, but there's a. Outside of one of them at the moment, there's a very clear running theme, and I kind of want to see if you guys can guess it at any point. But two of them have image associations as well. So I did set something up. I did do something kind of fun that I would like to show you at some point, but let's for now. No, not tonight, unfortunately. Usually cannibalism is the way to go. Let's start with the first one. That is thematically the least connected, but kind of close. But it is special. It is special. It's like 4 hours by flight. Sweet. I told you, it's the fucking vibe coding that somebody did on the drone that's supposed to deliver food to the station. Somebody fucked up. Someone fucked up real bad. Oh no. I'm trying not to get, because I'm usually good with like existential things. They don't really like make me scared or upset me. There is something creepingly existential about the AI stuff that is very genuinely fucking me up right now. During my depression, I had more than one breakdown because of this, but well, if you receive my turkey sticks, please don't keep them. God, I would never. Turkey stick? Ew. Ew. I don't want that. Ew. Sorry, I just thought of that. I was like, I don't want it. I don't want it. You will be receiving them in some way. Okay. So obviously, the big thing about it that scares me the most is how a lot of the data that is used in the AI systems was scalped without consent from even just everyday users of platforms like Google. So there's also very confidential business information that is contained within these servers that they should legally not have access to, but nobody wants to talk about that. So, they're just kind of getting more and more honest about it. That, like, oh, everything that's posted to this specific platform is going to inherently be fed into the AI. Like, kind of in a way to give us a false sense of consent for it, when we are very aware that all of the data that was already up there has already been taken. So, photos, audio recordings, video recordings, personal notes that you've made to yourself, diary applications that you may or may not have had, or applications that you used as diaries. It fucks me up really bad to know that I exist within the box, and given the right set of prompts, somebody could make me do whatever they want. I don't like that. I don't like that it can take my words, I don't like that it can take my voice, I don't like that it can take my face, and I especially do not like that it can take my body. But it just can. It just can. And outside of a very short list of things that can be done about this, which, as much as I'd like to suggest fire, we are supposed to be counteracting the negative environmental effects of AI. It does make me feel very powerless and very scared and very upset. So anytime I see anything associated with this or like new stuff about it, I kind of feel like a weird psychosis come over me because my brain and body can't really handle the idea of what AI can just do without someone's consent. It fucks me up. It fucks me up. I thought I would have been better at dealing with it. Especially because very, very good point, Phantasm. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 2 goes over it. It goes over this concept of not real artificial intelligence being used to mislead people as this like data surveillance kind of thing, which is absolutely what's happening. It's absolutely what's happening, dude. But I played Metal Gear Solid 2 when I was really young. And that was one of the things that I got from it very distinctively was this just insane kind of data collection to essentially just like codify people via algorithms. I thought I would be better at handling it, but actually watching it happen is driving me crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I need something that I compulsively eat that is purely protein. I like chicken. I like chicken and I like fish. Those are my two, but that's mostly because I try to stick to a Mediterranean diet. It's very low inflammatory. Protein cookies, yeah, that's Grusnick's favorite. There's so much fucking terrifying application of using AI in that field. It's so scary. It's so scary that your personal data is in the box. The box already has access to it. It was some of the earliest stuff that they scraped was actual sensitive private data that is legally not supposed to be in certain people's hands, but whatever. And what is actually good there, Kruznik? Oh, the protein cookies? He gets the Linnean Larrys. I like them a little bit. I'm slouching. Sorry. Thank you for the reminder, Lazy. I am slouching. I'm getting my depression slouch. Alright, let's stretch, bunnies, and then we'll read a scary story. As if reality itself isn't a scary story. Ooh. High protein fish sticks, true. Also very good. But I like Worcestershire sauce. I like Worcestershire. I can't say Worcestershire sauce because then it fucks up with my list thing, but I can say Worcestershire. AI could be helpful, sadly. It's deported. It is. And don't forget the incredibly predatory data collection that it's trying to break down humans into being nothing but algorithms so that they can better be sold stuff to. Don't forget that part. That's a really big part of it. That's the Metal Gear Solid 2 part of that. There's what is it? Forgive me. I think some of our IT people will be able to help me understand this a little bit better because I am a bit lost. Is ChatGPT and associated a language learning model? Or is language learning models different from generative AI, or is that just a type of generative AI? What's happening there? I've actually been quite confused about this because the more I read about it, the angrier I get. So I don't. I just know it all sucks. That's all I know. That's the that's just the normal scary stories that I tell you all usually is like my experience as a person. ChatGPT is a very sophisticated web app wraps around GPT 3.5 and GPT 4 large language models LLMs or ChatGPT 4 large. Okay. So it's the GPT part of it that is the like the 3.5 or the 4 is the language learning models, but ChatGPT just utilizes that technology? I'm sorry if I'm stupid. I'm sorry. The LLM is the brain, Chappy. Ah, okay, thank you. Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, but then the LLM itself is not the. Is that it? That itself isn't generative AI, quote unquote. ChatGPT is effectively the GUI or the LLM's informed user. Okay. Okay. This gives me a much better basis to understand that. It's not going to make me any less violent, but that's what we have video games for. That's what we have video games for. If I get angry and violent about something, I can just take out my aggression in a video game. Right? Right, everyone? Yarnum will burn. Yarnum will burn. So the first story on our agenda. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Thank you for your patience. Actually, let me move this over. This will be a little easier. The first story that we have on our agenda, posted to r/nosleep, May 29th of 2012, by user the Leary Valley. The Rotted Man. Terms typically used for ChatGPT would be an agent, as it uses the search capabilities to fail to get you continued. Okay. Because I was, alright, sorry. I was very well aware that the quote-unquote generative AI, the generative models, used not just like, especially in the terms of like image and video stuff, they're using things that have already existed in that space for a long time. Like the interpolation thing. We had used interpolation for like picture editors that you could use to change the texture of pictures or drawings or stuff like that. Like, oh, you want something to look like it's a sketch image instead of a photograph. You could do that. And that was very clearly where some of those progenitor stuff started, because then the early like special face filters that people have used on social media for a long time also use something similar to create that smoothness of motion, that interpolated animation, basically. So I was already very aware that in the terms of the image and the video stuff, it was things that we already had access to. The vocal models, forgive me if I'm using the wrong word there, but like the AI voices, quote unquote, that's technology that we already had access to and could do stuff with. I wasn't sure if it was all of the same tools, just kind of being conglomerated together with a specific algorithm to get the thing that it generates. That's the most. Yeah, that I know. That's why tagging stuff really particularly can be dangerous, is because it's something that the AIs use. It's all algorithm. That's all it is. Okay. Oh god. I think I have a better understanding. I'm so sorry, emergency. Half of them I don't understand either, but that's okay. Okay, in all fairness, watching me succumb to psychosis, not AI psychosis, but succumbing to psychosis about AI, is incredibly horror ASMR coded. I might have to do a character-driven video about it. Anyway. I either need that as like a punk all-girl band that sings about like mental health stuff, or you know, the more obvious, the mentally ill girl VTuber group. I need that to be the name because that's really clever. God damn it. I thought okay, hypothetically, a VTuber group, girlies in their 30s, menheras, mental health positive, but very honest about mental health struggles, you know. And they artistically express themselves in more hardcore kind of ways, so to say, alternative ways a little bit. Would it be better to call them Psycho Sisters? Or God, no, that does work. That does work so much better. Damn it, I think I post clever stuff and then I'm like, no, I'm not funny. What am I thinking? I thought Minefield for like a mentally ill VTuber group would be really cute. I thought Minefield would be cute, but Psycho Sisters is so much better. Psycho Sisters. It's so much better. Thank you for the reminder, Lazy. Thank you for the reminder. I'm also sipping my tea. Okay, we're ready. We're ready. I didn't take my fucking medication today. Fuck. The Rotted Man. When I was a child of only 3, the Rotted Man came for me. Late one night from my open door, he slowly crept across the floor. He took me by the hand and said, "I will save you from this life of dread." We left the house in the early morn, and he took his carriage of blackened thorn. We rode for hours through the thick, dense fog to a darkened, unlit, swamp-filled bog, where the topless trees with hanging moss were shields from the unseen winter frost. The thick, wet heat from the dense, cool air crept up our back and through our hair. He took me to his house of bones on a path laid with cobblestones. Upon his door hung a head of a child with hair of fiery red. His hall was bathed in blood-red tile. The walls were stacks of flesh in piles. He told me of his protective view and begged that I should join him too. He smiled, and through his rotted lips I saw 1,000 children's fingertips. We promised me the world would pay and told me that I could stay. Then we entered a smaller room, and the Rotted Man gave me a red balloon. Then I saw my mother through the tinted glass. The man with her was talking fast. The tears were pouring from her eyes, and the man then held her while she cried. Then the Rotted Man did the strangest thing. He sat down with me and began to sing. A soft, nice tune that filled my head with puppy dogs and fresh-baked bread. It was then I noticed that the Rotted Man was simply old and had a tan. And then my mom burst in the room, the feel of warmth, her sweet perfume. She hugged me tight and swore to me from here on out Dad would let us be. No more bruises, no more fights, no more screaming in the night. The Rotted Man had saved our lives by taking those who beat their wives, and children that cry when they are dropped are beaten senseless until they stop. I thank the Rotted Man. I thank him a lot, and never have I forgot that the thing I feared saved my life. They had found my father with a knife. There are real horrors on this earth. Some are subjected to them at birth. We were saved by a man made of rot. I was lucky, but many are not. That one's just one of my favorites. That one's one of my favorites. I've been meaning to read it for a minute, but I kept forgetting. What do you think? What do you think? Did you like it? I have my rings on the wrong fingers, and I have like stupid inflammation in my hands, so they're really uncomfortable today. I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix this, don't worry. There we go. Evil Dr. Seuss. Okay. That's a little loose, but I think we can deal with that. Welcome in, Companion. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely night. Hi. You look so excited for somebody who just came in during an incredibly scary story. Yippee! Horrors beyond comprehension. Yippee! That's our favorites, right? It seems very appropriate again that I had psychosis about AI stuff, but I'm not gonna... It's just coincidental. Don't worry about it, it's just coincidental. Okay. We've got one that's a little bit longer in comparison to what we normally read. I was cheering for the scary story. Yippee! I love scary stories, yippee! Okay, I have one that's quite a bit longer. And then I also have two that have a little bit more of a visual element to it. And I have something very fun that I can show you when we get to those. Ah yes, the horrors beyond my comprehension. I am home. I am one with the horrors. There's nothing to be scared of here. I am one with the horrors. I am one of them. I will eat and devour all the evil things that crawl across the earth. I will consume them. And all of their hate, all of their hurt, will disappear. I haven't practiced as much with my little meditation balls as I probably should have because my hands are still clumsy. I like these especially for manifestations. There we go. Normally when I manifest something for everybody in chat, then I clap. I do a little 3-pattern clap. But for the ASMR streams, that might be a little bit loud, so I think the bells are the way to go. Manifest becoming the monster. I didn't line that up at all, but that low humming growl, oh wow, that was incredibly well timed. Manifest becoming the monster, and using all that power that's beyond normal humans to set things right. These will be especially fun when we have the little 3-dimensional microphone, because I have 2 of them. And they do sound a little different from each other. That might just be me though, I really like these. I don't hear too many people use them in their, especially not in their ASMR streams, which I think is interesting. What are the, oh, welcome in. Wait. Let me hide in, no, you're not allowed to do that, but welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely night. You almost got me. You almost got me. Good job. We are doing some very spooky ASMR tonight, so if that is your jam, welcome in. Welcome in. See, I can't be like judgmental against people for their usernames either. I can't. We have too many people here that already have incredibly suspicious names. I can't be judgmental to people for that. Okay. Would we like another story? This one I'm thinking. This one I'm thinking with the radio filter. Wait. Oh no, that did work. I just have to get really, really close. Is that okay? Can I be the little snail that lives inside your ear? I think it'd be fun. I won't bite or anything. I'll just like chew on your brain matter a little bit. Okay. Our next story posted to r/no-sleep. Oh. Should I have been thinking that in a particular song cadence? I don't know what cadence I should have heard that in my head, but for some reason it was My Heart Will Go On. That's what I heard it as. That's probably not right though. Zombie, no. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I don't have an excuse. I really like that song too. Posted to r/no-sleep by Creepy Carbs. Ooh. Tuesday, September 17th, 2013. World's best school psychologist. When I was 12, I came to the conclusion that everyone in the world, including my own family, was against me. I was never a problem child, but my parents treated me like one. For example, I used to need to be home by 5 p.m. every day. This clearly restricted the amount of playtime outdoors. I wasn't allowed to have friends over to play at the house, nor was I allowed to go over to anyone else's. I had to finish homework directly after I came home from school, no matter how long it took. My parents refused to buy me video games and forced me to read books and then write a book report on them to prove that I had actually read it. Now, even though those rules listed above were quite frustrating to me as a child, they aren't what upset me the most. What really hurt me was the lack of compassion on my parents' behalf. My mother was a bitter woman who always made me feel guilty of accidents or mistakes I've made. My father only knew one emotion: frustration. The only time he spoke to me was when he screamed at me for receiving poor test scores, or hurt me for misbehaving. But enough about them. Let's talk about my school psychologist. For his own privacy, we'll call him Dr. Tanner. Like most junior high schools, a psychologist is always available on campus during school hours to assist any students in need of counseling, whether it is emotional, academic, social, behavioral, etc. To be honest, I've never seen any students talking with Dr. Tanner. Every day, I would walk past his office on my way to the cafeteria and peek through his little door's window. He would always be alone in there working on something. I guessed that most kids were too afraid to speak about what their problems were to an adult who was practically a stranger. For this reason, it took me 3 weeks to muster up enough courage to go into his office. March 2nd, 1993 was the day that I decided to voice my troubles to him. During my lunch break, I stood in front of his office door, and I knocked. Through the window, I could see him raise his head, smile, and motion for me to enter. I did. He greeted me and introduced himself, asking for my name. He spoke in such a soft way, yet he radiated kindness. In less than 30 minutes, I had rambled to him about how cruel my parents were to me and how they didn't care about me at all. After a while, my voice began to quiver, and I stopped speaking. The psychologist listened patiently. This is not the time for mushmouth, dear God. The psychologist listened patiently to my whole spiel, arms folded and head nodding along. I half expected him to begin talking about how everything I had just said was untrue and that my parents loved me dearly and blah, blah, blah. But he didn't. Dr. Tanner leaned forward with a grin on his face and said, "You know, I am the best school psychologist in the world, and I promise that we will fix this." I rolled my eyes. "Okay, but how?" "I have my ways," he replied. "I'm a man of my word, and I promise that within just 1 month, the relationship between you and your parents will change for the better, forever." After a brief pause, he continued, "Although I do need you to make me a promise. You have to promise me that you'll come back to my office after school tomorrow, and that you will not tell anyone that we had this conversation today. It'll be our little secret." I promised. The following day, I returned to Dr. Tanner's office after school. It was around 4 p.m. when I entered. After a warm welcome, he asked me to have a seat in front of his desk once again. Upon sitting down, I watched Dr. Tanner close the blinds of the door's tiny window. There. Now we have all the privacy that we need. We began to talk about my likes and interests, my favorite subjects in school, my least favorite teachers, and things of the like. About an hour into the conversation, he offered me a soda. I gladly took the offer, considering my parents never allowed me to drink them, but Dr. Tanner reached over to his mini fridge and fidgeted around before setting down 2 open cans on the desk. Afterwards, we continued to talk about what was going on in my life, but it wasn't long before I passed out due to whatever drugs that he had placed in there. It took me a moment or so to adjust my blurred vision upon waking, and when it did, I had no idea what to think. I was handcuffed to a bed and my mouth was sealed with duct tape. I immediately began to panic, squirming and tugging at the cuffs, but I gave up soon after. My eyes widened in disbelief after looking around the room. There were posters of superheroes pinned up on the walls and photographs of famous athletes on the shelves. In the middle of the room was an old television and a Super Nintendo, various game cartridges stacked alongside it. I didn't know what to think. Here I am in a room filled with items most kids would die to play with. I would have probably cried from joy hadn't I been handcuffed to the bed frame. My stomach sank once again, and the door opened, and Dr. Tanner walked inside. He sat down on the edge of the bed next to me. Now listen. Remember that I'm here to help you, and that I will never hurt you, okay? Dr. Tanner gently removed the tape from my mouth, and then the cuffs from my hands. My first instinct was to begin crying about something, but Dr. Tanner made me feel safe. He smiled. You're going to be staying here for a while, and during this time, you're allowed to play with any toys in the room while I'm here at home. But when I leave the house, I need to cuff you to... Sorry. I fucked up again. I will need to cuff one of your hands back to the bed. You can still watch the television, but I want you to only watch the news channels when I'm away. I sat in silence, still trying to process the information he had given me. So, Dr. Tanner yipped and slapped me on the knee. You go ahead and knock yourself out, and I'll be back when it's time for dinner. He got up from the bed and walked across the room and clicked the TV's power on before locking the door behind him. Several more minutes passed before I realized that Dr. Tanner wasn't joking. All that was left for me to do was boot up the Nintendo and play Mario until nightfall. At about 7 p.m., he came back into the room carrying 2 plates of mashed potatoes and chicken strips. I finally gathered up the courage to ask him how long I'd be staying here. Well, about a month, give or take a few weeks. I just have some work that I need to do. The following morning, I awoke to Dr. Tanner's hand patting my head. Hey there, bud. You don't have to wake up right now if you don't want to, but I'm gonna need to put this back on, he whispered, clamping the cold steel handcuff to my wrist. I gazed up at him. He was wearing a collared shirt and slacks, a coat draped over his shoulders, and a suitcase at his side. He looked just how he always did when I saw him around school. Before leaving, he placed the TV's remote next to me and told me to turn it on and watch the news. The first thing that I saw was a breaking news segment. An important-looking police officer stood at a podium surrounded by people with microphones. I happened to begin viewing halfway through his speech. A statewide Amber Alert has been issued as of this morning. We have several investigators working towards identifying potential abductors, but as of right now, there is not much evidence. Faculty members state that the boy had been seen around 4 or 5 in the evening on. I began to feel nauseous as a photograph of me appeared on the screen. It was my yearbook picture. Captions for the photograph displayed my name and age, my school, and my town. Above my picture were the alternating titles, FBI begins search for child, and kidnapping suspect unknown, and potential runaway. The live footage continued, and 2 figures I soon recognized as my mother and father stepped up to the podium. Both appeared to have reddened eyes, tears streaming down my mother's face as she took a hold of a microphone. I had never seen so much emotion come from her before, as she wept on live television, stuttering on sentences such as, "Please bring my baby back to me. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Please come home to us." When my father took the microphone, I nearly expected his attitude to be stone cold, but he too had tears in his eyes. He pleaded to the world to bring his son home safely, and lastly begged for my forgiveness. I know I haven't been a good father to you, but I do wish that I had been now. Please bring my boy back to me. I turned the power off shortly after. My emotions were mixed, for I had never seen my father cry. I felt miserable that my parents were being put through so much, but at the same time, I felt relief. I know now how much my mother and father actually loved me. Nearly 4 weeks have passed, and Dr. Tanner has been treating me with the utmost respect. He leaves in the morning, cuffed to the bed frame, but returns in the afternoon to eat lunch and dinner with me, talk and play games. I never would have guessed how good Dr. Tanner was at Monopoly and Scrabble. But one morning, when Dr. Tanner woke me up before heading to work, I noticed a stern look on his face. I also realized that it was 3 hours earlier than he would usually wake me. You need to watch the news today. No exceptions. I want you to keep the television on all day and pay close attention to it, he stated grimly. I, of course, complied and watched him exit the room. About 2 hours later, a breaking news segment interrupted the toothpaste commercial I was watching. The title? Human Remains Found. 2 staunch-looking men in suits stood aside one another and began speaking. We are displeased to bring up such unfortunate news this morning regarding our missing child case from earlier this month. One of the men bowed his head while he was speaking, shuffling through some papers. He continued. Remains of a body have been found in a garbage bag beneath the highway overpass. The body appears to be that of a child, although not much is left of it. The body has been decapitated and much has been burnt to ash and bone. The screen shifted over to a helicopter view of a freeway. Dozens and dozens of cars gathered near the bottom of the tall overpass. The man's voice could still be heard. Within the bag, police found junior high school identification card labeled as such. Then the screen showed my ID card that I had always kept in my bag. The plastic was melted in a strange way, but my photograph and name were intact. After the 2 men dismissed themselves, the camera panned over to my parents. They were sitting among the reporters. My mother's face held a painful grimace, and my father sulked his head down at his knees. I shut off the television. Dr. Tanner returned home very late. He hurried into the room, unlocked my cuffs, and placed a bottle of fizzy water in my hand. He placed his hands on my shoulders and smiled. I made you a promise, didn't I? I nodded, tears squeezing their way out of my eyes. You need to make me a promise again, he whispered. He told me that I needed to drink all of the water in the bottle, and that it would help me sleep, and that from here on, I am never to tell anyone that I ever met him. And I promised. I told you, I'm the best school psychologist in the world, didn't I? And he was right. I awoke later that night to find myself lying in the middle of a park, stars shining brilliantly across the night sky. I recognized the park. It wasn't too far from my school. Or a mile or so down the road, I saw my house. The lights on the inside were off, but I could make out my father sitting on the step leading to the front door. I hesitated to call out to him, but he lifted his head slowly, and when he saw that it was me, he sprang to his feet, ran towards me with arms open, yelling my name. My mother erupted from the house behind him. Dr. Tanner was right. Things have changed with my family. My parents smile more often and treat me lovingly. I could not ask for a more perfect ending. Every now and then I see Dr. Tanner on campus, talking to and from his office. Rarely do we ever make eye contact, let alone speak to one another, but sometimes he'll shoot me a wink and a smile. I'll always promise to keep to. Sorry. I will always keep my promise to him and pretend that I never met him. But there will always be one question floating over my mind. Who did Dr. Tanner decapitate and throw off the overpass? The end. The end. Do you like that one? Oh wait, that was the wrong button. Oops. Did you all like that one? Welcome in, Epsilon Eagle. Not some goosebumps tonight. Tonight we have a list of thematically coherent creepypastas. But I'm not going to tell you all what the theme is yet. You all get to see if you can guess. Isn't that fun? But I do welcome you in. I hope you are having a lovely, lovely night. Excuse me, sorry. Isn't that one fun? Isn't that one fun? That is a classic. I'm actually gonna see if that writer has done anybody else. I'm gonna see if the writer has done any others. Ooh. Okay, it does look like they have some others. Yes. Yes, I want to read more from them. I want to read more from them. They apparently have one that's called Soups and Stews. No, that's very different from my childhood drama. Very, very different. One, I never made it to middle school. I'm a third grade dropout, don't you know? Hairballs. Ooh, oh no, oh no. The Stealer of Memories. Oh, they have a nice little handful of ones that have really fun names. These all sound like so much fun. Oh, I want to check out more. It looks like they haven't posted any of their writings to No Sleep in a very long time, though, which makes me so sad. I hope they're still writing somewhere. However, my dear lovely listeners, lurkers, and watchers, we all have an ad break coming up here in just a moment. If you would like to avoid ads in the future, please do consider subscribing, as it does help us out a lot. And, along with ad-free viewing, you also get access to custom emotes and a precious little sub badge next to your name in chat. Oh wait, let me... If you're not interested in any of that, still thank you so much for your continued support, and I do hope that you enjoy the ads, or, better yet, take some time to take care of yourself, as it is oh so important to do so. I gotta go to the little gamer's room. Don't forget to wash your hands. And behind your ears, precious bunnies. You got big ass ears, don't forget to wash behind them. No, would you guys... Okay. I teased this a couple of times last stream. Would you like to know a very genuinely weird piece of very, very unconventionally traumatic lore that I have? Would you like to know? I can be honest with you about this because you won't judge me. I have nothing to do with the nature of this. This is just something that happened. No matter how fucked up it is. Alright. I have 30 seconds. My mother, due to a acid trip that she had the night that I was conceived, believed that I was some kind of second coming of Jesus, or alien Jesus, or some kind of pagan demigod, and so attempted to instill a sort of God complex in me as a child growing up. It didn't work. And so, there might be a reason why I'm really bad at taking positive reinforcement from people. But there you go. there it is. There's your TLDR, no details given. Please do take some time to take care of yourselves, my precious dust bunnies, and we'll be back after the ads. Welcome back, bunnies. Boo. Did I scare you? Did I startle you at least? Probably not. Probably not. You shall have no peace. Is that the... That's one of Vulcan Raven's quotes to Snake, right? That's the one that he says at the end of the fight. I was like, wait a minute, that sounds like something that somebody would say in Bloodborne. But I was like, no, no, no. What's his death quote? Yeah, yes. Oh my god, I remembered though. I'm pretty terrible about remembering that kind of thing. Pretty terrible about it. But that one's a very good quote. I like it. I think it's fun because it's contextualized. It kind of sounds like he's cursing Snake, but he's just making an observation ultimately. I'm sculpting my little sensory slime into a heart before I destroy it. I figured we'd take a little break in between our next two stories. They do have some fun visual elements to them, so I think everybody will like that. I also have, I have a new screen to show everyone. It's a little tester. We'll see how we all like it. Exactly, exactly. He's just, it sounds like a curse, but he's literally just speaking the truth. They're great. I can't wait to get to his fight properly. I was really scared that the fights would be like really, really difficult for me to wrap my head around, but they're all just kind of fun. They've all just been fun so far. And I feel very silly for being scared to play it for so long. Goddamn. Goddamn, that's catty. I love it. What's it? I think I've talked about one of the reasons I like this slime so specifically is because of one of the particular sounds that it makes. There's a sort of ear scratching kind of sound. I think the way that other ASMRs do it when they have like the 3DO microphone is that it's like ear cupping, basically. I don't always like it, because sometimes it sounds like it's blowing out the microphone, which is not pleasant to me. But Krusnik was giving me like a little neck rub, and he was really focusing on those like little bumps that are at the base of the back of my skull. And it started to like make that sound inside my head. That was nice. That was nice. That was real nice. You're clean. I don't like much of it. I don't like much of it. Describe taste, please. What kind of taste? Like the taste of what? Of the sensory slime? Borax? And glue? Probably. I'm not gonna eat it because it'll make me sick. I'll eat weird stuff that's safe to eat, but I'm not gonna eat weird stuff that can actually hurt me. That's not kosher. I do really want ramen though. I want like spicy, spicy, spicy ramen. I don't hate the ear cleaning ones, but there's a lot of really low quality ear cleaning ones. Again, if the sound like blows out the microphone, it's not a good sound. It's not going to generate ASMR. You can't fall asleep in ASMR playlists. You gotta be careful, it's gotta be properly vetted. My ASMR playlist on our YouTube channel, though, that's pretty good. That's pretty reliable. I am very upfront and direct about how weird it's gonna get. I mean, it was bound to happen, right? It was bound to happen. They did not pull any punches. That nobody beat around the bush, so to say, in making erotic or fetish ASMR stuff. Because it's a real reaction. It's a reaction of causing a pleasurable feeling inside the brain. With sound, no less, which is pretty weird to most people. So of course they would just incorporate it into fetish content. Of course. But I also think that it makes complete sense. It's the exact reason why some people have like voice kinks or just like certain sounds that are associated with other things. There's an inherent pleasurable feeling that comes from things that remind us of pleasure. Yeah, no, that sounds stupid, but that's just the long and short of it, isn't it? Even if it just gently tickles your brainstem, it's enough. I do too, though. I do too, though. That's why I can't say anything about it. But it's because of that that I'm like very aware of what's happening, you know? I have also seen some people, both people who claim to have voice kinks. I've seen people in that regard say some really weird stuff about other people, which is just uncomfortable, but more specifically, I've heard people say like weird stuff. It's like, oh, you only like the voice because it's saying dirty stuff to you. It's like, no, I can guarantee you. As aforementioned, with anything like this, there is just going to be a lot of very low quality content associated with it. Alright, I'm gonna try to whip this up so we can get some good pops. I think I warmed it up enough. I can guarantee you there's plenty of like terrible voice acting out there. Especially in the erotic audio department, there's some terrible fucking voice acting. Takes me right out. If the quality isn't there, I don't want it. Because obviously I can't say anything. I think vocal performances are like the best. I'm a radio freak, duh. I think people just get weird about stuff and overcomplicate things, though. That's more of the problem for anything. Ooh, we're getting some good bubbles now. I think this slime might also be dying. I need to get a new one. Or I need to like rejuvenate it or something. I don't know. I don't know how this works. One more, because my hands hurt. Curse me for getting the pumice one that like actually has stuff in it that makes your hands hurt. There we go. I do want like the really pretty press-on nails that all the ASMR artists have so I can tap on stuff. Specifically, I would love a pair of those really, like, cool deco GRI nails that I see a lot. They're really pretty. There's a lot of power in certain vocal performances. There's a lot of power in some vocal performances. That would not have hit as well if that voice actor did not commit to the fucking bit. And he did. And now we will always remember Curse You Vale. You're going to be able to hike to the highest peak in the Alps and then shout that, and you're going to be able to hear an entire valley of people call back up to you. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I believe it. What are some of the props that you guys like in ASMR stuff? We talked about the dice. We talked about the dice quite a bit. What's some other stuff? I'm gonna do like half. There we go. I do think those cute little fidget slugs are really nice. The little clickety-clack kind of sound that they make is really lovely. Thank you, Dance Delion. That's very sweet. You can think of me as psychosis. And I don't have a problem with that. Welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely night. Actually change the step animation. Oh. Oh. I like that. I like the interactions with bosses changing if you defeat them without taking damage, just in general, whenever a game does that. Oh, those little wooden frogs. You guys know those, right? They're little frogs made of wood, obviously, that are hollow and have little ridges on their back, so that when you take a little wooden piece that comes with it, it makes it sound like it's croaking. Those are really cute. She has a froggy. I should see about getting one of those. That one would also be very cool. Very appropriate for generating spooky bog sounds. You gotta have a spooky frog in your spooky bog. Bubble thing. Bubble thing? Does it kind of sound more like something like this? Or does it sound like... Is it more like that? What's up, Lazy? Hi. Hi. This one I like. More like, okay. So she might be doing... Krusnik tried to teach me this, but I'm not very good at it for some reason. But there's a way to, like, flick your lower lip to make bubble sounds. Let's try. Let's see this. I can only do it like half speed. That one's fun. That one's fun. I'll practice that one more. Because I think people do like it. Oh, the ASMR spa experiences. I think there's a lot of really fun props in those, like the little like glass orbs that are filled with liquid. I think they're used for facial massage, because you either warm them up or you cool them down beforehand. I don't think that's how this is intended to be used. It's a Nido gummy bear. I've seen their ice cube and it looks very squishy, but it doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sound. I'm gonna go back to my dice for a bit. This is the one that makes it feel like my brain is getting scratched. know what some ASMR artists do to clean their microphones. Like the ones that do have the splash zone, so to say. How do they clean their microphones, or do they just not? I know you can make a lot of money licking a microphone, but honestly, I would still try to keep the $350 one in good condition. Honestly. I wish I could do... I wish we could do pop rocks, but I have to avoid incentivizing anything with sugar in it because I can get sick really easily. Let's see. Thank you for the reminder to stay hydrated, Lazy. I'm gonna take another sip. Pray for my stream deck. I just fucking pummeled the shit out of it. So dusty. I'm trying not to. I know it is. Pace yourself. Pace yourself. You got this. Like anything else, it's gonna take time. Strangely correlating things, actually. Yesterday, I didn't have any sugar-free monsters available, so I drank one that had sugar in it for like the first time in a while, and it is not an insignificant amount of sugar. So I got... If you've ever noticed that your joints hurt after you eat a lot of sugar, you might have sensitivity to it, because sugar can cause a sort of carpal tunnel or arthritis-like tension in the body because it causes it to become so inflamed. Almost all sugar, yeah, almost. I can't go completely sugar-free because I do really like sweets still, but I try to supplement. Fruit sugars, or stuff that is offset by other anti-inflammatory properties like the antioxidants that are in fruit. Usually a safe bet, and you can still meter that pretty well. But I got so inflamed last night. I was in so much pain, and I had that moment where I was like, how many times has this happened to me in my life? And I just didn't know. I didn't know that this was the cause. I would just start to hurt, and I wouldn't be able to sleep, and I would feel sick. I'd feel like I had a fever. It's wild to come to understand a condition that I've probably had my entire life. Still sick, and it kind of hurts to swallow. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Lazy. I do hope that you feel better soon. In that case, it sucks, because the thing that helps you get better is getting better nutrition and staying hydrated, and if it just hurts to swallow, it hurts to do the thing that's good for you. I was looking to see if I had anything else that I wanted to get for our streams. Excuse me. Excuse me. I do kind of want the pop rocks. Just for me, though. I'll have to see about getting those little facial orbs. That's a fun way to think of that. I wish I could sleep it off, but my whole body hurts too, maybe. Ooh, that might be a good idea. That might be a good idea. I dropped one of the dye, but it has been located. It'll be safe, don't worry. It's always very important to kind of just try to run down the list whenever we're sick of how much we can help ourselves, if that makes sense, just to keep going until we find something that helps even a little bit. Trying to counteract the negative effects of sickness as much as possible so the little day-to-day things are easier. Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna get extra cozy real quick. One sec. I don't know if I would recommend becoming a vampire, because then you're gonna be like, you'll be more like Varney than Carmilla, and Carmilla's way hotter. So I think it's fine to just become a vampire. Personally, that's my opinion. All right, we're extra cozy, extra cozy. There we go. That's not right. Those aren't the right combinations. It does make different noises depending on which rings that I use. Okay, let me double check that this is set up right real quick. Because we have a couple of very visual stories that I wanted to be able to share with you tonight. And I think, unfortunately, these will have to be our last ones. I am very excited to hang out with everybody, but as aforementioned yesterday, I did have the flare-up that was very intense, and so I do have to make sure to take care of myself today. And I've got, like, I do have some self-care stuff to catch up on. Sorry, those are the right words to use. I always forget. Language is hard. Language is so hard. There we go. Oh wait. Oh, I don't have it. It also hasn't been that long, in all honesty. I don't usually... Okay, hold on, let me see if I can find what I'm looking for. I don't usually, stream for, like, do ASMR streams for, like, too long, honestly. Okay, I can't find it. I thought I had another filter. Oh well. Oh well. Let's put me right here. And then we can still make it extra spooky with our fun little light. There we go. It's like we're actually, like, hanging out in front of the computer together. You turn the page. No, you turn the page. Okay. Our first of our last two is from r/NoSleep, posted July 1st of 2014 by Nate's W. My dead girlfriend keeps messaging me on Facebook. I've got the screenshots. I don't know what to do. Tonight's kind of a catalyst for this post. I just received another message and it's worse than any of the others. Give me a second. Okay, now we're extra comfy. Let's go. Cozily descend into madness together. My girlfriend died on the 7th of August, 2012. She was involved in a 3-car collision driving home from work when someone ran a red light. She passed away within minutes on the scene. We had been dating for 5 years at that point. She wasn't big on the idea of marriage. If it felt archaic, she said, gave her a weird vibe. But if she had been, I would have married her within 3 months of our relationship. She was vibrant, the kind of girl that would choose dare every time. She was happiest when camping, but a total technophile too. She always smelled like cinnamon. That said, she wasn't perfect. Oh, wait. She said something along the lines of, if I cark it first, don't say good things about me. I've never liked that. If you don't pay me out, you're doing me a disservice. I've got so many flaws, and that's just part of me. So, this is for M. Oh, wait, sorry, that was a full quote. So, this is for M. The music she said she liked and the music she actually liked were very different. Her idea of affection was a side hug. She had really long toes, like a chimpanzee. I know that's tangential, but I don't feel right discussing her with you, having an idea of what she was like. On to the meat. M had been dead for approaching 13 months when she first messaged me. September 4th, 2013. This is when it began. I had left Emily's Facebook account activated so I could send her the occasional message, post on her wall, go through her albums. It felt too final and too un-Emily to memorialize it. I share access with her mother, Susan, meaning her mother has her login and password, and has spent a total of approximately 3 minutes on the website, or the computer in total. After a little confusion, I assumed that it was her. From Emily. But you're not a plaque on a wall. This gives me more closure, even. Fuck, we're nerds. I'm still finding your hair ties everywhere. Oh wait, this is from Nathan. Never mind. You're not a plaque on a wall. This gives me more closure, even. Fuck, we're nerds. I'm still finding your hair ties everywhere. And your bobby pins. I'm actually fairly sure they're breeding. Some of them still have hair on them. Hello. Who is this? It's really weird receiving messages from Emily's account. Okay, well, in the future, please send me messages from your account, even if you want to discuss her page. Hello. Susan? Are you using Emily's account? November 16th, 2013. I had received confirmation from Susan that she hadn't logged into M's Facebook since the week of her death. M knew a lot of people, so I instantly assumed that this was one of their more tech-savvy friends fucking with me in the worst possible way. I noticed pretty much immediately that whoever was chatting with me was recycling old messages from M and mine's shared chat history. The wheels on the bus comments was from when we were discussing songs to play on a road trip that never eventuated. Hello happened a million times. Hello. Just hit up redacted trail this Sunday. Who the fuck is this? The wheels on the bus? Please, tell me who you are. Let's hit up trail this Sunday. Let's hit up the trail next Sunday. Around February 2014, Emily started tagging herself in my photos. I would get notifications from them, but the tag would generally always be removed by the time I got to it. The first time I actually caught one, it felt like someone had punched me in the gut. She would tag herself in spaces where it was not plausible for her to be, or where it was plausible for her to be, or where she would usually hang out. I've caught screenshots of 2 from April and June. These are the only ones I've caught, so they're a little out of the timeline I'm trying to write out. Our images show a blurred face of our main character and the tag of Emily in the background, which is particularly spooky because it almost looks like there's a face in the closet that's right here. Isn't that fun? And then this one of our main protagonist hanging out on the couch. No spooky faces in this one. Around this period of time, I stopped being able to sleep. I was too angry to. She would tag herself in random photos every couple of weeks. The friends who noticed had said something thought it was a fucked up bug, but I found out recently that there have been friends who have noticed and didn't say anything. Some of them have removed me from their Facebook friends list. Oops. Where were we? At this point, some of you may be wondering why I didn't just kill my Facebook profile. I wish I had. I did for a little while. On days when I can't get out there, though, it's nice having my friends available to chat. It's nice visiting M's page when the little green circle isn't next to her name. I was already socially reclusive when M was alive, and her death turned me into something pretty close to a hermit. And Facebook and MMOs are my only real social outlets. On March 15th, M's hacker sent another message. Why are you doing this? Why do you keep tagging her? On March 25th, I received an answer. Hello, 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 hello. This is actually devastating. I don't know why you enjoy doing this. Oh my god, cinnamon scented candles. Go to hell. Why are you doing this? It wasn't until I was going over these logs a few months later that I noticed she was recycling my own words as well. My response seems kind of lackluster here. I was intentionally providing him/her with emotional bait. This is actually devastating to keep them interested in their game. I was working off of the assumption that the kind of person to do this would be the kind of person that would thrive on the distress of others. I was posting in tech forums looking for ways to track this person down, contacting Facebook. I needed them around so that I could gather evidence. Before anyone asks, yes, I changed the password and all the security info countless times. 16th of April, I received this. We should make our own jam. Just FJFC, Samantha. Nah, different. No chance of passing. No chance of passing. How many? Garage side door. Side. No chance of passing. This seems like word salad, like all of our conversations so far. It's recycled from previous messages that she sent. 29th of April. I hadn't discovered any leads. Facebook had told me that the locations on her page had been accessed from, but since her death, they're all places I can account for. My home, my work, my mother's house, etc. My response here wasn't bait. Yo, ask Nathan was an in-joke, too lame and worth explaining. But seeing her say it again was absolutely fucking crippling to me. My reaction in real life was much less prettier. I'm not expecting my bond back. Her last few messages had started to scare me, but I wouldn't admit it at this point. Uh-oh. You can tell that I was slouching. Thank you for the reminder, Lazy. Baked beans on toast. I don't know. I just said, yo, ask Nathan. 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 I don't know what's happening. I don't know how you're doing this. Please stop. Please stop. I don't know what's happening. Nathan. I don't know what's happening. 8th of May. I don't really have words for this. Freezing is the first original word that she has made? This has given me nightmares that only started to kick in recently. I keep dreaming that she's in an ice-cold car, frozen blue and gray, and I'm standing outside in the warmth screaming at her to open the door. She doesn't even realize that I'm there. Sometimes her legs are outside with me. I, -12, -15. My jumper's in the dryer, but it's really cold out. Really cold out. Cold. Cold. Nathan, please stop. Cold. Freezing. I don't know what's happening. 24th of May. I wasn't actually drunk. She was an affectionate girl and always embarrassed her to exchange I love yous, cuddle talk about how much we meant to each other. She was more comfortable with it when I was boozed up, and I got fake drunk a lot. Her reply is what prompted me to finally memorialize her page, thinking it might help curb this behavior. It might even seem innocuous compared to her previous message. It's pasted from an old conversation where I was trying to convince her to let me drive her home from a friend's. In the collision, the dashboard had crushed her. She was severed in a diagonal line from her right hip to midway down her left thigh. One of her legs was found tucked underneath the back seat. I'm really drunk. I miss you. Who's ever on this account? I don't give a fuck anymore. I keep coming home from work and expecting to see you at the computer. Shouldn't I be used to that by now? Just let me walk. Going back in time, 7th of August, 2012. These are the logs of the day that she died. She was usually home from work by 4:30. This, alongside a couple of voicemail messages, is the last time I'd talked to her under the assumption that she was still alive. You'll see why I'm showing you this soon. Gray Street somewhere. Hey, you on your way home? Emily? When you see this message, please ring me. Right away. I called Redacted, and they said you left at 4. I'm starting to panic. I feel sick in my stomach. Please call me. Emily, answer your phone. Welcome in, Jolly. I hope you're having a lovely night. Hello. While she was bifurcating, I don't think she'd walk sets. I forget that that's a word. It's really good. I memorialized her page a couple of days after I received the message about walking. Until today, she'd been quiet. She wasn't even tagging herself in my photos. I don't know what to do anymore. Do I kill her memorial page? What if it is her? I want to puke. I don't know what's happening. I just heard another message alert. I'm too afraid to swap windows to check it. Yesterday, 1st of July, 2014. Hey, you on your way home? Emily, when you see this message, please call me. Straight away. Please stop. I rang and they said you left at 5. Starting to panic. Please stop. Cold. Emily, answer your phone. I don't know what's happening. Cold. Freezing. The end. The end. I thought there was like one more picture. I genuinely thought there was one more picture. Did you guys like that though? That is a classic. Are you starting to pick up on the potential themes between our different stories this evening? I thought it was pretty obvious. But maybe this one more story will round it up. Nope, that's a long format, not to text or drive. There's another creepypasta, even though it is not very pasteable. What is it? I dared my best friend to ruin my life. That one is basically just a PSA for online safety. I would have read it too, but it's quite a bit longer. Our last story. Just to top everything off, I thought we would do at least one SCP tonight. I don't like doing a bunch of these back to back, so. This is another one of my favorites. So it's a special treat in that regard as well. But of course, since it is also an SCP story, item number SCP-1471. Sorry, hold on. Sorry, I had to cough really loudly. You're so gross, but we're okay now. Okay. Our last story of the night, my dear bunnies. Item number SCP-1471. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. All mobile devices that have SCP-1471 installed are to be confiscated and analyzed for any potential leads to other possibly affected devices. Afterwards, affected devices are to have their batteries removed, be assigned a designation, and be placed in Storage Unit 91 at Research Site 45. All online applications stored on mobile devices are to be monitored to prevent any inadvertent sales of SCP-1471. Suspected devices are to be targeted using a self-uploading malware in order to disable the device until it can be seized by field agents. Description: 1471 is a free 9.8 megabyte application for mobile devices named Malo version 1.00. In online application stores, 1471 has no listed developer and is somehow able to bypass the application approval process to go directly to distribution. 1471 is also able to avoid removal by other program manager applications. After 1471 is installed, no icons or shortcuts are created for the application. 1471 will then begin to send the individual images through text message every 3 to 6 hours. All images contain SCP-1471-A, either within the background or foreground. 1471-A appears to be a humanoid figure with a canid-like skull and black hair. During the first 24 hours following the installation, the mobile device will receive images taken at locations commonly frequented by the individual. After 48 hours, the mobile device will receive images taken at locations that were recently visited by the individual. And after 72 hours, the mobile device will receive images of the individual in real time, with 1471-A appearing within closer proximity to the subject. Individuals within 90 hours of exposure to these continuous images will begin to briefly visualize 1471-A within their peripheral vision, reflective surfaces, or a combination of the two. Continued exposure to 1471 after this point will cause irreversible and sustained visualizations of 1471-A. Individuals at this stage have reported periodic attempts made by 1471-A to visually communicate with them, but fail to understand or comprehend these actions. Currently, the only known treatment to reverse 1471's effect is to eliminate the individual's visual exposure to these images prior to 90 hours after installation. To date, no apparent hostile activity has been reported regarding 1471A. Level 2 access required. Good thing I'm a member of the O5. Archival document 1471-00. Note, SCP-1471 has posted on application stores. Malo, version 1.00. Free. Reviews, 0. Description, 4. Never settle for those awkward feelings of being alone ever again. Malo is an exciting and interactive experience that will keep you engaged and intrigued. The anxiety of social situations can be nerve-wracking, but after just a few hours of Malo, you will soon forget all about those painful emotions of disappointment. Be part of the new craze that is quickly becoming the next social substitute. Remember, the more you participate, the more Malo will engage you. Your experience is completely up to you. Absolutely no ads. Enjoy. Sorry, the next part down is a buy link. Should we? Well, I mean, we're already aware of her. It's a little too late to backtrack now. Canopy. Capone. I'm dumb. I was scared when I first saw him. It happened just as you told me. The messages, the pictures, seeing him around every corner. Are they misgendering Malo right now? Malo's a chronically online girl failure. Thank you for the reminder, stay hydrated, and for the posture check, lazy. Let's do a nice little stretch before we continue. Roll your shoulders up and back. You should feel your chest open up. You should feel your shoulders crunch a little bit around your spine, loosening up any buildup that you might have. Take your left hand, reach it over your head, and lean to one side. Switch by lifting the right hand above your head and leaning to the left. Breathing all the while. That's some kind of build-up telling you that it's there. Man. Okay, my dust bunnies. If I could ever incentivize generosity, I have one of those TheRaven, like, self-back massager unit things on the throne. I need something to punch out the buildup that's in my back, because we're real crunchy too. Nobody has to do anything, but if for whatever reason you have expendable money, your chronically online girl failure would really, really, really like a back massager. I'm not going to use it for what you think I'm going to use it for. I'm an adult. I don't have to use something like that. I can just buy the intended devices. That's always people's first response when it's like, I need a body massager because I have like painful joints and muscles and everything. They're like, oh, I bet I know what else you'd use it for. I would make you throw up. You would throw up if you used the Hitachi wand to massage your back. Do you know the oscillations that thing goes at? That's gonna make you sick. It does not feel good. It makes you sick. It's just vibrating. It's not targeting anything. Intended tools for intended purposes. Okay, sorry. Take two on this one. This is the page that we got as the by-link from Malo's. And I consider Malo a girl, so I'm going to read it as that. I don't take kindly to any of this he-him stuff. Don't you dare. Capone. I was scared when I first saw her. It happened just as you told me. The messages, the pictures, seeing her around every corner afterwards. I was so young. Who would have lost it? William sighed. But then he was over the creature following him. It wasn't like it was going to go away, no matter how much he begged or pleaded or attempted to bribe. He knew that the best and only solution would be to just get used to Capone being there. At least he had the solace of knowing that he wasn't going insane. Believe me, William, I know how many people have reacted the same way. Fear is a more common reaction to the unknown than you think. Dr. Laura Brenz consoled him. These cases weren't exactly common, but they were commonly known. It's not even that I'm afraid of her anymore. I mean, she makes me jump when I see her in the morning, and I don't think I'll ever get used to that. It's just the bad connotations that she has, William rebutted. I know that he does, but it happened 2 years ago. I know it's hard for you, especially with your shadow, but you need to carry on, Dr. Brent stated. William just sighed as she continued. Our session is almost up. We made some real progress, William, but I want you to do something for me when you get home. Do you have any homework or anything? I did it all on break. Good. When you get home, I want you to think back to your first experience and write as much as you feel comfortable sharing. Is that all right? Yeah. Thanks for seeing me. I'm gonna snooze our ads, but we do have one coming up. It wasn't too long of a drive from the doctor's office to home. 5, possibly 10 minutes if there was a train. He always saw the creature through the rearview mirror when he drove. Riding in the back seat, it looked so innocent in its own alien way, waving to William as he saw it. Despite everything, William found himself talking to it, like one would talk to a dog or a cat on their way when they're alone. It seemed to listen when he talked, and after a while he could swear that it understood. It's hard to tell with a face like that, so all there were to go by were various little head tilts and waves, and even then, he had to teach it how to wave. At least I know you're interested. Drop the backpack near the door, go to the patio, wave to Capone from the mirror, fridge, drink, chair, crash. William's afternoon routine was more clockwork than it should be. He thought back to his session with Dr. Brenz. She wanted me to try and recapture the experience when I first saw her, huh? William mumbled as he grabbed a few sheets of paper and a pen. Bit by bit, he pieced together the sequence of events that had led up to this point. Sorry, before we read the report, I got really excited to read stuff and hang out with everybody today. Trying to whisper when I do this will sometimes lead to me tensing up my vocal cords and my throat really, really tightly. But it's something that I've been working on in my vocal training lately. First thing I do is I take a big, deep breath through my nose. I fill up my lungs and my diaphragm, and I try to drop my jaw as far as I can. I have TMJ, so if you ever hear this noise, that's my jaw rubbing up against the socket that it's not fully in properly. but that happens more so when I tense up to a bad spot. So I breathe through my nose, drop the jaw, and exhale through the mouth and try to yawn. Since I've already dropped my jaw, I let the yawn go as big and wide as it can. And just as the air passes through, it does help to relax and open up everything. And the breathing and yawning helps regulate a variety of other body functions to reduce anxiety. Also, with the vocal exercises I do little trills, which is the like a nice little like wiggle of the head and neck to disperse tension. There we go. That's better. Oh no, Lazy. Do you think it's something like, oh no, yes, it's horrible for the vocal cords. If you do it poorly. There is a good middle ground that you can get into. Welcome in! I'm so sorry, forgive me if the pronunciation is wrong here, but Hyun-Soo, welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely night. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. And I'm not practicing it right now, so, do as I say, not as I do. There is a technique called stage whispering, which is what I should be doing right now. I'm not doing it. I'm actually whispering. And thank you for reminding me of that, Tangentially Emergency. Okay. You all are so kind and so generous. You deserve good performances. So let's do that. Let's do that. Commit to the bit. Wholeheartedly. Although, wait a minute. Sorry. Side thing. Lazy. If you do feel like something in your room is making you sick, there's a few fairly easy things that you can do that should help fairly quickly, because I understand if you're sick, cleaning is not on the agenda. Try not to do that because you're going to exhaust yourself. If you can, get some fresh airflow, open up a window. That might just be an important thing because you might just have a buildup of carbon monoxide if there's not proper airflow. Otherwise, you can double check. Not cleaning, but you can check if there's anything. I'm not gonna manifest black mold, but if it's something similar to it, double check your air vents underneath your bed. If you have any furniture that's pressed up against the wall, just kind of gently check behind that. Otherwise, if you don't have the energy for that, try to just sit outside for 5 to 10 minutes. Get some fresh air and see if that helps you out. I have been in a couple of situations where the space that I was in was the thing that was making me sick, and it's very scary when that happens, but running down a basic checklist will give you a better idea of what's going on. Also, please, reminder to everyone, check your carbon monoxide detector. Carbon monoxide is not just something that can, in isolation, build up in a space when there is not proper air circulation. You can also just have gas leaks that your carbon monoxide detector will detect. But carbon monoxide is also just a chemical that can build up. And again, just like the gas leak, it's something that can just happen without you noticing it. Please check your carbon monoxide detectors. Oh yes, double check. Always check your air filters. Don't cheap out on the easiest one. Allergen and pollution detectors can make a massive difference. And if you really need the extra oomph, do not be afraid to potentially invest in a good quality air filter. The amount of change that it can make, especially, and I'm not assuming anything about anybody that's here, but you've all kind of told me, as girlies of low physical constitution, as chronically ill dust bunnies around here, I cannot tell you the difference that clean air genuinely makes to your ability to heal and recover. It's so important. It's so important. Okay. I got excited again. Okay, let's finish our story. I've had Capone with me ever since I was 15 years old. I remember that my 20-year-old sister Sarah brought up an app that she had downloaded earlier at the dinner table one night. She had no idea how it does it, but hazard a guess that it tracks you through your phone's GPS and sends you pictures of the places you've been with a really cute monster hiding in the photo to make it look like it's following you. It didn't seem that weird. I recall the Google Maps could get a decent ground photo at the time, so just add Photoshop to that and you'd have a gimmick. Plus, we knew it couldn't be a virus. The App Store checks every app for things like that before peddling it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's really funny in retrospect. Oh dear. The only thing I found legitimately off about it at the time was that it was both free and adless. Her explanation of it sounded pretty cool though, so I asked Sarah to help me find it, and she told me that while my old handheld hand-me-down flip phone did have something like an app store, it most likely didn't have Mallow. Didn't stop her from looking though. Sarah was a good sister. She really could have told me to just get out of her hair, but she always took time out of her day for me, packing my lunch, playing with me, bringing me to R-rated movies that I was clearly too young for. I was lucky to have her as a legal guardian when our parents went away. I was too young to process it all when it happened, but Mom and Dad died in a head-on collision with a drunk driver. Sarah took care of me as my legal guardian up until I moved out for college. God knows where I'd be if she didn't. After some prodding, she found the app, which was a surprise to both of us. It was obvious that my phone didn't have any kind of GPS, but neither of us had even thought about it much. Until much later. Soon enough, I received the first picture. I never understand the way Sarah saw the world. If that was her idea of cute, the photo was taken in my school's courtyard, with the creature I'd soon call Capone sitting on one of the benches. You could barely see her, but there she was, covered in black, matted fur with her knife-like claws, a set of blank, pure white eyes, and that face, which was merely a skull belonging to some kind of large beast, looking directly at us with a large wolfish grin. I gave the phone back to Sarah, telling her how terrifying it was and that I didn't want the messages anymore. She just jokingly punched my shoulder, saying, "Oh, don't be such a baby. It's so cute." Look at how happy she is to meet you. I looked back at her face, her eyes wide, grin specifically. I never admitted it. I laughed at that. I have to admit, I laughed at that. It was just the sheer wrongness of that statement that made me listen to the next. I'm sure he'll grow on you eventually. Tell you what, if you can put up with him for 1 whole week, you'll go see that movie you've wanted to see. If she still gives you nightmares, we'll delete it. If you end up liking it, we'll laugh about it later. Deal? I looked at the picture again. It appeared that getting a photo every now and then was the extent this was going to go, and looking at it in hindsight, I probably would have kept it on for next to nothing if she really wanted me to. So I agreed. Sarah was ecstatic after that and assured me that I wouldn't regret it while showing me some of her own pictures. She only had 3 so far. One at her office, one at the park, and another on the road we lived on. Each picture containing her own clearly visible entity. I must have looked nervous or something because she suggested that I name mine like she did with her. Cassandra. I thought about it for a bit. Let me make something clear, though, because it seems to come up whenever I tell people this. I did not name my Malo Capone. Because of the incident with my parents, I didn't even know that Mom and Dad's arrest involved alcohol at the time. I named her after a history lesson I found amusing in school, where people's fear got the best of them, and as my teacher put it, ended up doing more harm than good. It was intended to be a reminder that I shouldn't be making the same mistake. I continued to get pictures of Capone for a while, following me at school, the bus stop, my street, virtually everywhere that I went. It wasn't until the 3rd or 4th day when I got called in from class. I was thinking that I was in trouble for something, even if I didn't know what it was. But as soon as I saw Sarah, the feeling was stifled. She looked shaken. The instant she saw me, she immediately yanked my arm and brought me to the car. Sarah wasn't looking good. She kept asking about Capone, things like if I saw her or if I received any more photos from her. I haven't checked anything from today, but when I looked, there were 2. I remembered exactly when and where those messages were taken because during them I made a mental note that I had gotten a text from Capone. They've been sent as soon as they had been taken. Sarah knew that we were being pursued by something. She probably had no idea by what they were, and I knew she had no idea how they were doing it. But she knew that they knew where we lived. She couldn't figure out how to delete it. She tried and tried everything, but couldn't find a way to get rid of it. She couldn't even find the app. I'm not even sure what we were planning to do. But before we could even fully plan a course of action, I got another text. Sarah froze and stared at me, as if to say, "Don't look at it. Please don't look at it." If I didn't, I could have had a semi-normal life right now. I would have been over the news within the week, and we would have known. But I didn't. I opened the phone, and there we were, just sitting there, with that fear-stricken look on our face. The photo was clearly taken from the hood of the moving car, giving us a clear view of what was behind us. She took up most of the back seat and towered over me. We both turned around, preparing to scream at the monstrosity behind us, but when we did, The seat was empty. We didn't know what was happening or what to make of it, but we felt that the only thing we could do was to run away, abandoning the car. We ran the rest of the way to our apartment and locked the door behind us. We locked ourselves in the bathroom and waited. We just stayed there even when we got a message from Cassandra or Capone. Sarah would scream at them, asking why they were following us and begged for us to be left alone. We felt helpless against them. All we felt we could do was just sit there in the bathroom and hope that it would go away. The room felt like our only safe haven, until we were exposed to them for too long. Sarah started to panic, saying that she kept seeing one of them behind her. I wasn't seeing it, though. I was more concerned about trying to calm her down by telling her that maybe they weren't really there. I was just seeing Capone in the mirror. I convinced Sarah that we needed to leave the room out of necessity. We couldn't stay in the apartment forever, and if they wanted to get us, they would have done so already. We called the police, and here we are. We both got help, but I was the lucky one. Everyone's case was different in the terms of interaction, but for me, Capone was always in the mirror or some reflective thing large enough to show her. She was predictable, and I could find ways to block her out when needed. I learned how to expect her, and after a while, she did kind of grow on me. I used to have a makeshift curtain that I would pull over mirrors when I didn't want to see her. But I started using the curtain less and less as time went on. Capone always seemed to try and interact with me, even if I didn't understand what she was trying to say. I started to greet her with a casual wave as I passed her in the living room mirror, and eventually he started to wave back. She kind of became a constant companion to me, and I adjusted to Capone as she adjusted to me. My case wasn't as severe as Sarah's. She saw Cassandra everywhere she looked, around every corner, just out of sight, over her while she was asleep. Sarah took her own life about 2 years ago. I wanted to blame the Mallows for it, but I can't. Following the person who looks at their message is just what they do. Now every time that I see Capone, I'm reminded of what I did in the car that day. I knew that I shouldn't have picked up the text. If I didn't, she would still be here. It was almost 4 hours since William started writing, but he almost felt relieved. He's never actually told anyone about this in such detail before. The majority of what happened was kept between him and Capone. He looked up to the creature in the mirror from across the room for a few seconds as it gave the old, familiar wave. William went silent for a moment, staring at her, and then went back to his papers. He felt the need to make one last point. But then again, how would I have known? I don't know who made the Mallows or why. I don't even know if anyone actually made the app. Many things like it have been created naturally, or have been given some kind of anomaly out of sheer chance. It would make so much sense if some physical thing was to blame. But there's none that I can legitimately find. None of the Mallows. None on me. Just on chance. There is... Okay, hold on. There is one little link at the very bottom of the page. But we'll go back to the spooky ambience for a second. Is there not? Okay, there's no secondary links around anything. What is the heartwarming slice of life tale? Oh, those are the tags. My sister fucking killed herself. Heartwarming tale. Oh, how cute. Oh, how cute. Did you all like those ones? Wait, let me blow out the candle. Did you all like those ones? I wanted to share the full story for Malo with everybody because I don't actually think that a lot of people read that last part. Thank you for the reminder to stay hydrated, lazy, and for the posture check. Well, thank you, Mr. Oh, wow. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Wing Dang Tastic. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I do hope that you are having a lovely, lovely Wednesday night. The immersion. I know, I know. Now it would be crazy if you started to see spooky little creatures in the corner of your vision slowly becoming more and more real to your perception. I'm sure nothing like that will happen, I'm sure. I do hope that everybody had a lovely, lovely night together. I unfortunately do have to call it. I'm so sorry that it's a much shorter ASMR stream than normal. We usually try to go for 4 hours, but I hope you will forgive me. I am very tired and I gotta catch up on my self-care so that I can feel better for our Friday stream. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. We will be hopefully finishing off Metal Gear Solid 1. I've been having fun. The first part of it was really, really enjoyable. I really didn't expect it to just be so silly, but it was quite silly. I liked it. Alright, sorry. I got distracted looking at stuff. I'll quit looking, I guess. I'll quit looking, I guess. But thank you all so much for joining us. I do hope that you had a lovely, lovely night together. I know I did because we were spending it together. I will see you again on Friday. Same bat time, same bat channel. And I do hope that until then, you take some time to take care of yourselves, as it is oh so important to do so. Good night, emergency. Good night to all the lovely dears that are with us. Rest well, dear dust bunnies. Rest well. Without you taking care of yourself, your fear does not taste as good. For those who have joined us for the first time this evening, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to spend it with us. If you would like to support us in a variety of other ways, please feel free to check out the links that are in our description. We also have a Discord for those that have followed us if you'd like to join in. It is a fun little Silent Hill party over there, so if you like the relaxing, scary vibes, that's the exact place to be. Other than that, we have other socials that you can follow us on. But, of course, as long as you're here, it's exactly where I want you to be, so I will see you all next time. Good night, my dear, darling dust bunnies. This is your